Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I'm Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Today's content, guys, is amazing. I saw this clip on NBC News and I almost fell out of my chair. I could not believe they actually aired this. It's an amazing clip all about gun control, but it's also showing how guns are growing in the face of immense pressure, which you guys are sure aware because we've been talking about this for a while now. There is some amazing stuff in this clip, and we're going to dive into it in 1 second. Two things real quick. Yesterday, I have to give you a correction. Yesterday, I had a National Review reference in the video I played. I actually said the National Review was far left. I mixed up my notes when I was reading the video. Didn't catch it. That's all my fault. The National Review is not far left. That's my bad. So National Review, sorry if you're watching. Anybody else, just keeping me honest, and I appreciate it, guys. The other thing is we're this close to 300,000 subscribers, and that's because of you guys. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. We're doing amazing things on this channel. You and I together having our nightly conversations. We're really making a difference. And this video is going to prove even more to that. And this is a great one to send out to your friends, your family, anybody that you think will be beneficial to hear this news, because this clip is really, really strong and it only adds to our momentum, if you will. All right, so to set this up properly, the NBC video that we're about to watch is all about the growing increase in the gun movement in America, and you'll figure out the rest of it as we go along. But check this out. There's a few things. I'm going to run through a few clips. These notes are in the description box below with links if you want to watch it yourself to prove I'm not full of it. But check this out.
Shoot! Guns. They are symbols of power, weapons of war, centers of controversy.
And tools of
freedom.
freedom.
Over the past year, sales have been through the roof. Have you seen an increase in demand?
1,000% increase.
Since the beginning of March last year, the FBI has conducted over 46 million firearm background checks. The National Shooting Sports Foundation found that 40% of those sales were for first-time buyers.
40% were for first-time buyers. Out of 46 million, that's roughly like 18 million first-time gun buyers. I always say that, first-time home buyers. First-time gun buyers, that's massive, guys. Now, there's two things I want you to notice. First of all, those numbers are amazing, and they're saying on NBC. So you always kind of get your little radar up. Did you notice the little chevron in the bottom? That is highly, highly controversial. It's all throughout this entire clip. So they got to find something negative, right? They got to figure out a way to inject these numbers with negativity. And it's going in that direction on the rest of this clip, but it takes a real drastic turn. But stay with me. Check this one out. This is someone who is completely turned around on the Second Amendment, and this is everyone. We all know someone like this. Got to reach out to him. But check this out.
Not a gun person.
It was never something that I was interested in. I referred to myself as a tree-hugging hippie. Now I cannot count on law enforcement to look out for us.
All right, so tree-hugging hippie buys a gun. What? Those two things don't make sense. Now, granted, okay, I'm going to dive into something really important here because this ties into the entire thing that's going on. All the motivation is coming from defunding the police, but also eroding trust in the police, which is coming from the left. They're destroying that institution, or at least trying their best to, okay? So when they do this, they expected to say, well, we'll just take care of it some other way. Americans are being Americans. Americans gonna American. We're reaching out for our own self-reliance. That is in every one of us. It does not matter what color you are. It does not matter what orientation you are. It does not matter whatever, any scenario. I don't care. The point is, self-reliance and self-interest is in every single human being, and it's bred into the American experience, and that's huge. It's in our founding document. That's a big part of what the guns are about. But now, check out what she said right after this.
Views have changed.
We don't feel safe. Clearly, I know that I am more at risk if I hear something outside and call the police than I am if I take care of it myself.
Rihanna bought a gun
All right, I don't agree with that premise. I don't agree that she's more in danger if she calls the police versus out checking out something on her own. Now, having said that, that's my own personal belief, and she's entitled to her own beliefs. I'm not a leftist. I'm not going to say that she can't have her own beliefs. However, it's interesting that her solution is not to reach out for more help from a different institution. It's to take care of it herself. That's a key theme here, guys, and this is what we're seeing across the country, and it's amazing. Because how long until that self-reliance translates into a red pill into a different area of politics? Tax policy, social programs, ownership. How long until those things start to permeate and the right side grows while the left diminishes? It's a big thing. Now, of course, being NBC, they've got to inject some sort of tension into this video. Here's what they do. In this one, guys, I almost screamed at my computer when I watched this, but watch this part. Let me know what you think in comments below.
Are some of the most popular firearms.
While there are no exact numbers on how many gun stores there are in the nation, there are at least 6,000, according to the NSSF. Fewer than a dozen of those are black-owned. Redstone is one, owned by Jonathan and Geneva Solomon.
Why is it that this is such an abnormal thing to have a gun store owned by a black person?
I wish I could tell you. I don't have a response for you. I know that right now we're one of 9 in the U.S. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you.
The couple
I can tell you why. In this part, my brain almost exploded. I can tell you why. Because in the 40s through the about 60s to 70s, gun rights were openly suppressed from African Americans because they didn't need them and it wasn't safe and they would be taken care of by Democrats, by the left, because they needed the population to be disarmed, to be terrorized by the first national terrorist organization, the KKK, tool of the Democratic Party. That's why the gun culture was never imbued into that demographic, because the Democrats stripped it out. And then there's this leftist Democrat in Los Angeles, because this is where this is, comes out and goes, this must be a racial issue because there's only 9 or 12 gun-owned shops in the whole country. Maybe it's because you subjugated the people who you are now claiming as a victim. It was you, people! Okay, sorry, that's what I wanted to say. And then this came on, and I had a rapid, I was all over the place. Then this clip turns on.
Throughout the history of the United States, gun laws have been used time and time again to keep guns out of the hands of black people.
I almost fainted because I was screaming that same thing. Yes, 100% true. Now let's look what they say next about the civil rights movement.
But left out of history has been the role of guns in the liberation of black people. During Reconstruction after the Civil War, the Arkansas governor established a black militia to drive out and cut down the KKK. And even in the nonviolent civil rights protests, guns were present. Martin Luther King Jr. himself applied for a concealed carry permit shortly after his house was bombed. That application was denied.
It was denied by Democrats in power. This is the same state where Governor Wallace called out the National Guard because he refused to allow integration into school. This boggles my mind. The point here, guys, is just like this American flag star behind me, the Second Amendment and freedom of speech are as American as any one of you and I. It takes every single one of these colors to make up that American flag, which makes up and represents freedom. Every single one of us has the amazing given birthright for freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to own a gun and keep it bearing a gun. And that's the thing. It doesn't matter about color. It doesn't matter about creed. It doesn't. I judge people not by the color of their skin, but the content of my character or their character. Can I get an amen in the comments for that one? Whew, I'm getting heated up. But the whole point here, guys, is this is a really, really powerful thing because demographics are changing on gun ownership. Do you think this is just a coincidence that gun rights are going up in public opinion while gun control is going down? It's not a coincidence. Why do you think you can't find any ammo? It's because we have 18 million new gun owners and all the existing ones want the same thing. This is a struggle of a positive nature, and I don't want you guys to think we're not making moves, because we are. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and until tomorrow, I'm Braden. See you later.